What's up, boys? We're back with another video. We got a little bit of chest and, well, upper chest and front delts on the agenda today. It's going to be the usual. We're going to go through the workouts we normally do. I actually ended up taking Sunday was Easter, and then I ended up taking a couple days off of filming just because I was like, you know what? Let me just lock in with the headphones. Let me just lock in with the headphones and then get back to the boys. On top of that, I was behind on some content, so I was like, you know what, that'll give me time to kind of catch up. I'm pretty much caught up to all the content, and now we're back to dropping the videos for you boys, which I mean, I haven't stopped dropping the videos. There's just going to be, I want to say, a couple day break in between. But with the holidays, I didn't go off plan, but I did have a reset day, a day where I just didn't necessarily focus on my steps. I didn't get my cardio and didn't train. Still, obviously, hit the macros, but the thought process there was my body didn't need necessarily a rest day, but it needed more of a reset day, a day where I could allow my hips, knees, hamstrings to kind of deflate or deflame. There we go. To where I'd allow my hips, hamstrings, knees, quads to deflame from all the cardio, the excess amount of cardio I've been doing. And that kind of, I think, really, really kind of set the foundation for how this week's been going, because I've been feeling good. I mean, the energy, we've had highs, we've had lows. I mean, it is what it is. It's in prep, after carbohydrates, I'm going to feel great about life. After that last meal, carbohydrates, it's kind of like, what is life? But at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's the life we live and it's the game we choose. And we're going to play it. But with that being said, I'll catch you boys inside. Oh, wait, we are officially 8.5 weeks out. I don't know if I brought that up, but I wanted to kind of touch that with you boys. We got another check-in coming your guys' way in the next 3 days. So once I do my Saturday check-ins, I'll go ahead and send that and make sure you guys have that Sunday, just because I'll do the check-ins, edit the content, edit the video, and then Sunday you guys will kind of be able to get the check-ins with me. So with that being said, I'll catch you boys inside. All right, boys, we got a little bit of upper chest here. We're gonna start with this. I know we rotate. I'm not sure if we started with front delts or upper chest last week, but we're gonna start with upper chest here. 275. You guys know the deal. Nothing too crazy, but let's get after this work. We got 2 more sets there, boys. All right, boys, let's get after this next set. We got 1 more there, boys. All right, boys, let's work. I know you're not doing a lot of yapping this time, boys. I feel like the last couple of videos I've done a lot of talking. We really haven't got to the meat, just getting after it, getting in here, grinding. And that's what I kind of spent the past couple of days doing, just putting the headphones on, locking in, getting after the work. And that's been nice. So I kind of wanted to, obviously I enjoy yapping, obviously I enjoy dropping the knowledge, but there's days for that. So I think today's just gonna be another one of those days where it might be a quicker video, but we're just in here getting after that work. Getting in here, staying hungry, set after set, pound after pound, just getting that work. But I'm gonna set it up for some front delts, boys, then we'll get after it. All right, boys, we got 275 on here still for a little bit of seated shoulder press. I think we're at least gonna get 1 set out of this. I'm hoping for 3. But after that incline, boys, my fucking upper body's a little cooked. So we're gonna get after this first set, 275, and see if we can get 2 more out of there. But let's get after this work. Let's push it.
I think we at least got one more out of there, boys. At least one more set. I think we'll be able to grind it out for 2, but at least one more. That felt good. I'm gonna take a swig of water, then we'll get after the next set, boys. All right, boys, let's get after this next set. Let's get after this work. Let's push it. Come on. Two more. One more. Woo. I think we got one more there, boys. All right, boys, let's get this fucking work. Last set here, and then we got our 3 isolation movements. Once we move over there, we'll probably do 4 sets of pop. You guys already know the drill. If you've been following along so far throughout the prep, I try to keep my lifts as consistent as possible. For the most part, I do the same movements, but how I explain it is I try to do the same movements, but if say a machine's taken or I can't get it by the end of my lift, there are honorable mentions that I'll throw in, right? So I have backup lifts compared to the ones that I normally do. I find that if you come in here with a structure, you come in here with a routine, a game plan, it makes it a lot easier to just boom, 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 knock it out to where you're not spending as much time in here, losing the pump, maybe not optimizing the gains, to where that allows you to give you more time if you do to do your cardio and then be able to space out your meals a little bit better. Maybe have a little bit more time in the day to spend it elsewhere. Whether that you have a significant other, you can spend it with them. Maybe you're editing content like me, saves me time editing content to where I can edit better content for you boys. So I mean, if you come in here with a structure, I feel like it overall just benefits not only the lift, but benefits your overall day. So I try to come in here with a game plan, try to keep it as consistent as possible. Maybe that's the accounting side of me, the financial side of me. You know, I did go to school to get my degree in finance and accounting. So maybe that's kind of why I like the structure and keeping things consistent. It's just in the back of my mind that accounting side of me is coming out and kind of leaking into my lifts a little bit, to where I find if I keep the variables as constant as possible, it allows me to kind of decipher through what may be wrong, right? So where it'd be like, oh, I kept it consistent, or the variables were constant here, here, and here for X amount of weeks, and then I changed this variable. Okay, I'm filling out more, or I'm not looking as good, or I'm not feeling as great. Then I can kind of narrow it down to that one variable, because everything else has been constant, right? Everything else has been consistent, to where I can be like, okay, it was that one thing that kind of threw me off, or it was that one thing, or that one thing that deviated from the routine that kind of threw everything off. You know, and it allows you to kind of pinpoint things that might have affected your lift or affect your physique. And that's kind of benefit, you know. It's nice to be able to pinpoint that, especially when you have everything accounted for. That's kind of, I mean, that just kind of plays into bodybuilding. Everything has to be accounted for. Every variable, you have to kind of keep it locked in. Make sure you know where everything's coming from, macro-wise, training-wise, just day-to-day, day in, day out. You have to have a regimen and routine. And it's kind of a win. It's kind of a win. I enjoy that. And finance and accounting, and then obviously bodybuilding add structure to my life, because I'm more of a non-structured individual. So it's kind of a win. Let's get to this last set, boys. Enough yapping. Two. Boom. Oh, that's butter, boys. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to the isolation. All right, boys. Let's get after this work. We got 4 sets here. One more. Whew. We got 3 more there, boys. All right, boys. We got the next set here. Let's get after this fucking work. We got 2 more there. After we do the 2 more there, we're gonna go ahead, switch the handle up, go from the wide from upper chest, then close for front delts. Then we'll go to the movement behind me, finish off with a little bit of upper chest. And that'll be it for the day. But I'm gonna take a swig of water, then we'll get after the next one, boys. All right, boys, let's get after this next set. Ooh, we got 1 more there, boys. 1 more there, and then we'll do a little bit of front delt work. Last set, boys. Last set. Let's get after this work. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and switch the handle. Move it from out to in. Target some front delts now. After that, like I said, we'll go ahead and hit the movement behind me. Finish off that upper chest with a nice push. A nice push, boys. Now it'll be a wrap for the days left. But I'm gonna take a swig of water, then we'll get after the front delts. All right, boys. Let's get after this work. A little bit of front delt movement here. Let's get this press going. We got 3 more there, boys. Just 3 more there. Then we're on to the last movement. And that's a win. So I'm gonna go ahead and take another swig of water. Then we'll get after it. All right, boys, let's get after this work. Next set here. We got 2 more there, boys. All right, boys, let's get after this next set. We got 1 more there. All right, let's get this next set, boys. All right, we got the upper chest, and that'll be a wrap for the day, boys. All right, boys, we got 3 more here. Two more there. Let's get this work. We got 1 more there, boys. Let's get this last set, boys. Oh, that's a wrap, boys. I'll catch you boys in the car.
All right, boys, that's another one in the books. I feel like it was a good overall lift. Feel like it was a good upper chest and front delt day. And we got after that work, and I feel like we pushed some good weight. Feel like I got a good pump, and it was nice. So, with that being said, I'll catch you boys in the next video.